Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review The Fatal Raid. And this is from director Jacky Lee, starring Jade Leung, Chen Lin, and Patrick Tam. And this film focuses on this crazy shootout that happened 20 years ago, leaving waste on both the cop and gangster sides of this bloodbath. Then 20 years later, the survivors coming back to bring up bad memories of this terrible event. And this film is obviously like dealing with multiple different timelines, cutting back and forth in terms of its narrative over the course of like 91 minutes of this runtime. And obviously the first thing that you're really thinking of, like, this is an action movie, how's the action? It gets silly because it's so heavily reliant on special, like this slow motion, special effects, explosions, and after a while you're just like, this is kind of funny, because I couldn't really take it seriously because it's trying to be super serious while doing all these like obnoxious action movie kinds of things. And like there's this big slow motion explosion and like it's supposed to be like this big impactful moment, and you're just like, this is just getting silly. And there's moments where the particular choice of music makes it feel like extra melodramatic and over the top and obnoxious. But in general, the action's exciting and it's well choreographed, it's well set up, even if some of the directing techniques from Jacky Lee are a little over the top. And basically it's the action that really drives this film. I never really felt like I connected very strongly with these characters or felt that emotional impact on what they're supposed to be feeling all these years later. That didn't really connect with me, didn't really speak to me while I was watching this film. What really spoke to me was the action. And that's what you're coming for, right? This is an action movie. This is probably what you're expecting. That's your main focus. And the action, when toned down enough, is really effective. But there's plenty of times where it's tuned all the way up to 11 and it just gets too absurd to watch to really take this seriously, because this isn't like an action comedy. This is supposed to be an intense film, and you have this group of like intense badass women in it, which is really cool, and I enjoyed that aspect of it. I just wish that the film took itself a little bit more seriously at times, or at least staged it that way, because it felt like it was trying too hard to be big, bold, emotional, and it just comes off as cheesy and lame at times. So when you're thinking about this film, if you're just in it and you can get past the fact that it feels a little cheesy, it's 90 minutes of mostly action, and I think you can have some fun with it. If you're looking for something a little more depth or emotional connection, maybe you'll connect with this more than I did. But for me, I didn't really connect with the characters and the emotional setup. It was all about the action, which even that goes a little too far sometimes. But those are my thoughts on The Fatal Raid. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. And a special thanks to Well Go USA for another Blu-ray edition to my collection of martial arts and Asian action films. So I'm not going to deny it was a pretty fun time. So if that's what you're looking for, you might have some fun. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.